Good morning students, welcome back to online classes of Pulse and Digital Circuits. So after your examinations, this is your first class. I hope you have all done well in your examination. So before we move on to the next topic that we have stopped in the last class, we have finished completely clipping. Okay, then we have seen the transistor clipping, 1 level and 2 level independent clipping also. And in today's class, we are going to see about your next topic, that is your clamping. I hope you are all clear with the clipping circuits that we have discussed in the previous classes. Do maintain the notes, and in case of any doubts, please do let me know. Fine. So this is the clipping circuit that we are going to discuss here today. So before we move on, what is meant by clipping? These are clamping circuits. So clipping means it will be removing or it will be cutting a part of the signal which has been distorted, right? So now what we are doing here in the clipping circuits actually will be removing the undesired part of the waveform, and that will be transmitting only the desired part. Means they will be clipping out your particular part where which is not required for you, or it has been got distorted with some noise or something. Okay, that particular part is clipped out, or it will be cut out, or it will be removed, the undesired part, and only the desired part which you require according to your application, only that particular part has been transmitted by the transmitter. Fine. So here clipping circuit is the one which will be removing the undesired part of the waveform and will be transmitting only the desired part of the waveform, which will be lying above or below of your reference voltage. So you will be having a particular reference voltage, so surely you will be having that in your clamping circuit also. So in clipping circuit also, below or above the reference voltage, you will be clipping off your waveform. So voltage or the current limiters or the amplitude selectors or the slicer are all different names of your clipping circuit. So what are the different names? I'll revise it once again. It is voltage limiter. We can also say that one for the clipping circuit. I'm talking all this about your clipping circuit. I am just revising that once again. So voltage limiter or current limiter, or it is also called as amplitude selector, or it is also called as a slicer. So these are the different names of your clipping circuit. Fine. So I hope you got a small idea, or you'll get revised with what is a clipping circuit. I'll be sharing the links of the previous classes along with this today's class, so that you can just go back and revise once again what all we have discussed. Okay. Now move on to the next topic, that is your clamping circuit. What actually clamping? Clamping is nothing but you have to fix the waveform, or your periodic waveform has to be fixed according to some constant reference voltage. So suppose if I am having a voltage, what you can say amplitude value of some 5, so I have to fix my waveform, particular periodic waveform, in that particular voltage or a reference level. Okay, so that particular fixing or clamping is called as your clamping circuit. So the circuits which are used to clamp or fix the extremity of an periodic waveform to a constant reference voltage or a reference level, which is given as VR. Okay, so this is the one which is used to fix the extremity of a periodic waveform to a constant level. And which is that particular level? That is your reference level. You will be setting a particular reference voltage, and in that one you have to fix your periodic waveform. So under steady state conditions, these circuits restrain the extremity of the waveform from going beyond the reference voltage. So in particular steady state conditions, what it will be doing, your waveform will be beyond the, means it will be moving on or extending, or it will be crossing your reference voltage. So the clamping circuits may be one-way clamping or two-way clamping. Similarly, how we have seen the clipping circuit, one independent level means one diode, or using two diodes. Same here also we will be having clamping circuit as one-way clamping or two-way clamping. So when we are using only one diode and a voltage change is only at one direction is restrained, then that is called as your one-way clamping. I'll repeat it once again. Please keep in mind, when only one diode is used and a voltage change is only restricted to one direction. Okay, voltage change. Suppose you just imagine that I am having a voltage sinusoidal waveform as an input voltage. So I am using one diode, means one part of the waveform is restrained, either upper part or the lower part depending upon your reference voltage. So only one particular part of your voltage is restrained, then that is called as your one-way clamping. Means I am fixing only one part, either upper part, either lower part. When you are using two diodes, okay, which are used and the voltage change is in both the direction is restrained, then that particular circuit is called as your two-way clamping or two-way clamps. Okay, if I am using one diode, only one part of the waveform or a what we can say one-way clamping or one-way fixing is used. If I am using two diodes, you will be having a two-way directions or two-way fixing or two-way clamping. So these are the two types of clampings that are going to used in your clamping circuits. Now we'll see how actually clamping operation is done. Okay, we have seen the clipping operation, right? Lastly, we have used a diode and we have used a capacitor, right? Now we are going to see your clamping circuit. Okay, so when a signal is transmitted through a capacity coupling network, here also you will be having a same network as your RC high pass filter, where you will be having a capacitor which is next followed by your diode. You will be having a diode over there. So when a signal is transmitted through a capacity coupling network that is similar to that of your high pass circuit, it loses its DC component, and a clamping circuit may be used to introduce a DC components by fixing the positive or negative extremity of the waveform to some reference voltage or some reference level. For this reason, the clamping circuit is often referred to as a DC restorer or a reinserter, DC reinserter. So what are the names of your clamping circuit? Other names we can also refer it as DC because you will be losing a DC component. As to restore that particular DC component, we are using this clamping circuit. So this clamping circuit is also called as your DC restorer or DC reinserter. You are reinserting or restoring your DC components. What were the names of your clipping circuit? Voltage limiter, because you are cutting off there. So that are called as your voltage limiters or current limiters or amplitude selectors, or they are also called as slicer. But when it comes to your clamping circuit, these are called as your DC restorers or your DC reinserters. So in fact it should be called as your DC reinserter, because what we are losing a DC component over here, so we will be reinserting your DC component, right? So because the DC component in this introduced and may be different from the DC component which is lost during the transmission, so that's the reason we call the name as your DC inserter. So the clamping circuit only changes the DC level of your input signal. So it does not affect the shape of your original signal. It will be only changing the DC level of your input signal. Now see what are the different classifications of your clamping circuit. I hope you are clear with the clamping operation. What clamping operation, how your circuit will be? It will be similar to your RC high pass circuit, because in this RC high pass circuit, in this coupling network, we will be losing a DC component, and this clamping circuit is used to introduce a DC component by fixing the positive or negative extremity. It means your positive and negative peak will be fixed. Only your DC component is introduced. So that's the reason we call it as your DC inserter or a DC restorer. Okay, your shape will not be disturbed. Only a DC component will be inserted in that one, but the DC component which has been lost, it will not be same. The new one which has been inserted will not be same as the lost one. So this was the operation of your clamping circuit. Now see the classifications of your clamping circuits. Basically the clamping circuits are of two types. One is your positive voltage clamping. Okay, we will be classifying this into two types, because you will be having positive and negative peaks over there. So you will be having a positive voltage clipping circuit, and the second one is negative voltage clipping circuit. Okay, what is positive clipper and negative clipper? Clipper means, what actually clipping means, you have to fix. Now if I say what is my positive voltage clipping, you will be fixing or clamping the positive part of your signal, and when it comes to the negative voltage clamping means negative part of your voltage signal will be fixed or the clamped. Fine. So in positive clipping and the negative extremity of the waveform is fixed at a reference level, and the entire waveform appears above the reference level. I'll repeat it once again. In positive clamping, the negative extremity means the negative part. I'll show in your paint. See, if I consider a signal over here, if this is your sinusoidal wave, so we are saying we are having two kinds of clipping. One is positive clipping and second one is your negative clipping. When it comes to the positive clipping, what happens? This particular negative part is there, no? This will be fixed. This particular part of your signal, negative part will be fixed. We will be doing clamping only on the positive part of the waveform. So this is about, if you consider this is your reference voltage, this particular part is your reference voltage VR. So this particular part is reference voltage. Then what happens? It will be above the reference voltage. Means your clamping is done here at the above the reference voltage, and this particular negative part of your signal will be fixed. It won't be changed. We are doing clamping only on the positive part. Means it is above the reference voltage. When it comes to the negative clamping, what happens? This positive part of your signal will be fixed, and we will be concentrating on the negative part. Means this particular waveform will be clamped and this will be below the reference voltage. Fine, I'll show you once again. See here, the positive clamping, the negative extremity of the waveform is fixed. Means what you are saying, the negative extremity, this particular part, it will be fixed. We won't be changing any extremity of your negative signal for your positive clamping. Means this particular part won't be changed. Okay, this extremity of your signal, this won't be changed. Fine, and it will be fixed at the reference voltage, and the entire waveform will be appearing above the reference level, right? If I am considering this as the reference level, so this will be above the reference level. So that is the output waveform is positively clamped with the reference voltage or the reference level. When it comes to the negative clamping, what happens? The positive extremity of the waveform will be fixed at a reference level. Means the upper part will be fixed and the entire waveform will be appearing below the reference level. That is, the output waveform is negatively clamped with respect to the reference level. So the capacitors are very essential in your clamping circuits. So these capacitors are very essential for your clamping circuits. And if you see the difference between the clipping and clamping, what actually clipping will be doing? It will be cutting off, or it will be clips of the unwanted portion of the waveform. But whereas the clamper, what it will be doing, it won't cut off or something, it simply clamps, or it simply fixes the maximum positive or the maximum negative peak of the waveform to a desired level, and there will be no distortion. So in clipping, what happens, wherever the distortion is there, will be just a clipping of that particular part, but whereas the clamping, it will be fixing up or clamping of the maximum peak, maximum positive or the negative peak of the waveform to a desired level, so that there will be no distortions will be present in your waveform. Fine. So I hope you are clear with what is clamping, the definition or the introduction of that one, then operation of your clamping, and what are the classifications of clamping. As we said, we are having two different types of clamping circuit, that is negative and voltage clamping and positive voltage clamping. So now the next topic that you are going to see is your negative clampers. What actually negative clampers are there and how they will be used. Okay. Negative clampers, I will be showing you the circuit first. What is the basic diagram, circuit diagram of your negative clamper? So the figure which is shown over here is a negative clamping circuit, which is having a what do you call a capacitor, which is now next followed up by a diode. As I have said, capacitors are very important in your clamping circuits because we have to fix this one. Okay, and you will be, this is followed up by your diode, and you will be having a voltage source over here. So to this one I am applying a sinusoidal input voltage, correct? This is the input voltage, sinusoidal input voltage I am applying, and this is the steady state performance of your circuit. Okay, whatever the output I have got, this is of your steady state response of your circuit. Means I am having a particular reference voltage over here. Now I am fixing up this particular part. So this is how you will be working. We will see what is the working of this one. So the figure what I have shown is your clamping circuit. Which clamping is that one, ma? Negative clamper, where your capacitor is next followed up by a diode. Okay, so that is your basic negative clamper. So it is also called as positive peak clamper, because your negative clamper means which will be fixed at the negative part and your positive peak will be clamped off. Okay, so it is also termed as positive peak clamper, since the circuit clamps the positive peak of a signal to a zero level. So what it will be doing in the negative clamper, the positive peak will be clamped, means that will be fixed to a zero level, which I have shown down in the figure. I'll show once again after that. So suppose I am giving a source signal which has a negligible output impedance and the diode is ideal with a reference voltage of 0. Okay, and the input voltage what I am applying is also 0. So it will be exhibiting a arbitrary shape break at a 0 volts. So what happens here, you just see at a 0 volts it will be having a arbitrary break. See this one, this is the arbitrary break, because we are clamping of the positive peak over here of your input signal. Fine. So this is how it will be moving on. So that particular part is clipped off. I'll repeat it once again. When the signal source will be having the output negligible output impedance and the diode is ideal, so what happens, your reference voltage will be 0 and your output voltage will also be 0. So it will be exhibiting an arbitrary sharp break at the 0 volts. Of course we had got a sharp break at the 0 volts that I have already shown here. And your sinusoidal signal will be begins at t is equals to 0. So where it will be starting and t is equals to 0, that means the capacitor will be uncharged, it will be discharging at the t is equals to 0. Here see, when I am having here t is equals to 0, here at this particular part it will be starting. So here 0 at the arbitrary change and the positive peak will be removed off, right? Now during the first quarter cycle, the input signal rises from 0 to the maximum value. See here. So what I am having here, first one, the diode will be conducting during this time, and since we have assumed that the diode is ideal, the voltage across it will be 0. Okay, first what we have, what is the condition? First diode will be ideal, so it won't be having any type of what you can say voltage in that one. So when you are moving this for the first part of the cycle or the first quarter of the cycle, means first part of your signal of your sinusoidal wave, the input signal rises from 0 to maximum value. Okay, at that particular point the diode starts conducting, because we have assumed that it is an ideal diode, it means there won't be any kind of voltage across that one. So the capacitor is also charged through the series combination of the signal source and the diode, and the voltage across the C rises sinusoidally. Now we see here. Now see here in this figure, what we are seeing, the capacitor is charged through the series combination of the signal through the source of the diode, as well as the voltage across the C is now sinusoidally increased. See at this figure, now this as a capacitor is charging, your input signal is also charged. At the negative end of the first quarter cycle, at this part, this is the first quarter cycle, at the negative end of this first quarter cycle, the voltage across the capacitor will be becoming Vc is equals to Vm. Isn't it? See here, now you are at the quarter cycle of your what is the input voltage for your capacitor? Vc is equals to Vm. So what then after the first quarter cycle, the peak has been passed and the input signal will becoming falling. Now it starts beginning falling to the voltage Vc, which is across the capacitor and is no longer able to follow the input voltage, because there is no path for the capacitor to discharge. It is not having any particular path to discharge. Hence the voltage across the capacitor, that will be remaining constant, whatever we have got at the first quarter cycle, that is Vc is equals to Vm, and the charge capacitor will be acting as an voltage source of V volts and the first quarter cycle, and the output can be given as V0 is equals to V. So whatever the input what we have given it here, same output will be obtained at the output side. So that's the reason we call it as V0 is equals to V, because there is no particular path to discharge your capacitor. So the charge in the capacitor will be remaining constant over there, and hence what you can say, that voltage across the capacitor will be constant, that will be Vc is equals to Vm, and the charge capacitor will be acting as a voltage source. at the first part of your quarter cycle or the first part of your cycle of your input waveform. Now if you consider during the succeeding cycles or the next cycles, the positivity or the positive extremity of the signal will be clamped off or restored to the zero output, and the output will be 0. So this particular part will be clamped off, means this particular part is fixed off, because we have given as Vc is equals to Vm, and here we will be using this positive clamping. So this particular part will be clamped off. So suppose if after the steady state conditions also, if we have reached the amplitude of the input signal and that input signal is increased, then the diode will again conduct for at most one more quarter cycle, and the DC voltage will be increased, and the diode will again conduct for one more quarter cycle, and the capacitor would raise to the next peak of the value, and the positive excursions of the signal would be again restored to 0. So this is the first quarter cycle we have given, so it will be 0. Now if you see once again the value has been increased, your capacitor is again charged. So in the next part of the cycle or the next succeeding parts of the cycle, this positive part will also be clamped off. So this is how it will be moving on. So to permit the voltage across this particular capacitor to decrease, it is necessary to have a shunt resistor across C, or an equivalent part of a shunt resistor or something should be there as to discharge a particular path, so that we will be getting a proper waveforms. So this is how your negative clamper will be operated, where you will be positive part of your signal will be clamped off. So I hope you are clear with this one.